Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to tell you a true story, one that shocked an entire country. For years she believed she was losing her memory. The truth was far worse, and it was happening inside her own home. I may never know what truly happened to me during the moments when my father took away my consciousness and violated my trust, says Darian. She's the daughter of Dominique Pellicot, a man whose name became central to one of the most disturbing criminal trials in modern French history. His actions shattered not only a family, but also the belief that such crimes could not happen behind the doors of an ordinary home. The story of Gisèle Pellicot, Dominique's wife, shocked the world. What emerged during the investigation went far beyond anything most people could imagine. This was not fiction, nor a film script. It was reality. Gisèle appeared to live a stable and conventional life. She married at the age of 21, raised 3 children, and later became a grandmother to 7 grandchildren. For decades, her family seemed no different from thousands of others. The only thing that troubled her in later years was a gradual decline in her health. Memory issues, persistent fatigue, and unexplained physical changes. Doctors and relatives attributed it to stress, aging, and everyday factors. No one suspected the truth. Only later would it become clear that something far more sinister lay behind those symptoms. In her attempt to understand how the man she trusted most could become her abuser, Gisèle spoke openly about difficult moments in their past. In her youth, their marriage experienced a crisis followed by a separation and reconciliation. She believed that unresolved resentment may have lingered for decades, ultimately distorting her husband's behavior. Their daughter, Caroline, later revealed that one of the most painful discoveries was learning that her mother continued to show compassion even after her father's arrest. Gisèle carefully prepared warm clothing for him in prison, a gesture that defies logic but speaks volumes about her character. The truth about Dominique Pellicot's long-term crimes was uncovered almost by chance. He first came to police attention in 2010 due to inappropriate behavior in a public place. At the time, he was fined and released. His family was never informed, and no deeper investigation followed. That sense of impunity proved to be a turning point. Dominique became involved in online communities where illegal content was shared and criminal behavior was discussed. Over many years, he secretly exerted control over his wife and documented what occurred without her knowledge. Over time, his actions escalated. Strangers were brought into the family home through online contacts. Investigators later identified dozens of individuals involved, though not all were ever identified. For more than a decade, Dominique operated with calculated precision, carefully erasing evidence and avoiding detection. The case finally unraveled in 2020 after a second incident in a supermarket. This time, authorities confiscated all of his electronic devices. What they discovered far exceeded anything investigators had anticipated. In addition to extensive material involving Gisèle Pellicot, police found recordings of covert surveillance targeting family members, as well as compromising images, including material connected to his adult daughter. This revelation delivered yet another devastating blow to the family. During the trial, Dominique Pellicot denied parts of the accusations and claimed that he had never harmed his daughter. Darian publicly stated that she could not accept those assurances and announced her intention to seek a separate legal investigation. "I am part of him. We share the same blood," she said. He and yet my mother has become a symbol of dignity and strength. I will have to live between those two realities. At Giselle Pellico's request, the court proceedings were open to the public. She deliberately chose transparency, believing that the truth must be seen and that victims should be heard. In 2024, she was recognized as one of the most influential women in the world, not for speeches, but for courage. The trial concluded at the end of the year. Dominic Pellico received the maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Other participants were sentenced to varying terms of incarceration. Caroline Darian later released an autobiographical book describing life after the revelations. Giselle Pellico's own memoir is expected to be published in late 2025. There is little doubt that this story will one day be adapted for film or television, yet no dramatization could fully capture the real horror that unfolded behind the closed doors of an ordinary home, a reality so disturbing that it feels almost unreal.